Hello everybody and welcome back to the Spencer Arms YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. You'll probably see another review that I've done wearing this same sort of like outfit. But yeah, I'm busy up at the house like I've already said, and busy at work. So I'm trying to like get a few in, get a few recorded just to keep them coming a little bit more. I've still got this blimming throaty coffee snivelly, excuse me, from having COVID, I don't know, 7,000 or 8,000 years ago. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there got it as well. I feel great, but oh God, singing voice gone, everything. But anyway, I'm really excited about this. I really am excited about this because I was thinking, right, okay, what beer? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I knew underneath here I had an Imperial Stout and I was going to do that, but I was a little bit concerned because the beer I've just had was quite strong. And I stumbled across this from the Porterhouse Brew Co. Irish Stout. Now, when I actually first picked this bottle up, I thought to myself, oh, fantastic, fantastic. I went to the Porterhouse in London and I am pretty convinced I had this and I remember enjoying it. So I thought, oh, brilliant, this is the Porterhouse Stout from the Porterhouse in London. But no. It is from the Porterhouse Brew Co. in Dublin, which is, I've got right, is independent craft brewers of Ireland. And they are the founder members, apparently. Now, I don't go too much into the history of these breweries. I just think that, like, if I watch a review, I like to then check out the brewery and have a look for myself, you know. I'm not here to give you a historical tour of the brewery. I'm here to just introduce you to a beer that seems to be readily available, because I've not gone anywhere special to get this. I think I might even pick this up from the supermarket. I'm not 100% sure. It's been here for a while. I'm sure it is, because I didn't even know I had it. So anyway, yeah. So and they're sort of. I've had a quick look on their website, and they say they don't add extras. No additives, no enhancing chemicals, just simple, pure ingredients. So, boom, that is a big thumbs up for me. So here we have a stout from the Porterhouse Brew Co. in Dublin that is obviously one of their core beers, or one of their beers, their range of beers. They seem to do a lot of beers, but one of the beers they do brew is the Forged Irish Stout. So, which I, as you know, it's a good beer, but that was brewed to compete with the big boys. But anyway, this isn't. This is brewed. This is an Irish Stout. So let's get into this and have a look what it is. Interestingly, look at that. This is a ring pull. I don't even know. Now, I've turned the fan heater on because it's quite cool in here, and it does squeak and make all sorts. So I put the noise cancellation on this mic. Hopefully that's got rid of it. But if you think there's like a mouse and a little bird in here, then excuse me, it's that blimming thing making all sorts of noise. So here we go. Pull out ring to open. Whew, let's see what's going to happen here. This is going to probably end in tears, no more. Look. Oh my God. I've got to be careful how I do this. I just put my little finger. I didn't want to spin my middle finger around to you. Look at that. That. Very arty, very nice. I like that. I actually like the Porterhouse Brew. I like the label and everything. Unfortunately, we can't peel these off. But yeah, I know nothing about this other than I'm pretty convinced that I've had it at the Porterhouse in London. I'm just going to give this a bit of an aggressive pour because I want to get ahead on this thing. I don't want it to go over. Do not go over. I'm thankful that the foam normally does what I tell it to do. So look at that. So here we have a fairly aggressively poured Porterhouse Brew Co. Irish Stout in a Guinness glass. Looking pretty decent. It's got a pretty decent head. A very bubbly head, as you'd expect, because I've just poured it very hard. It's not a nitro stout at all. It wasn't really going to give me any kind of sort of like, you know, creamy head. However, giving it a little bit of an aggressive pour has developed, you know, like a just under a 2-finger white. Well, no, we're just slightly off whitehead there. But looking quite inviting. Looking quite, we can even get like a little domage on that. Look at that. So, yeah, let's see what she smells like. I'm actually looking forward to this. I'm really pretty much convinced, and I'm going to have to do a little search. And this is why I got bamboozled on the brewery, because there is the Porterhouse in London that my friend took me to when we went to London. He said, you've got to go to the Porterhouse. And trust me, people, ladies and gentlemen, you need, if you're in London, go to the Porterhouse, because it's busy in there, but the service is fantastic. The beer is really good, well kept, really nice. They've got loads of different styles of beer, loads of German beers in the fridge. Real great place. So anyway, there's a little plug for them. So here we go. Ooh. Oh, getting a nice roasty smell from that. Also quite sweet, a little bit of a sweetness. Ooh. Yeah, a bit of roasty and a little bit of sweetness in there. This is making me salivate a little bit. This is coming at 4.6% as well, so slightly more in the just passing that 4.5 mark, which is creeping towards just past the sessionable into the not so sessionable. I always think to myself, anything that's about 4.5% ABV, or ALC as they're calling it, is just drinking all night long and not even know you've had a drink, really. When you start pushing past that 4.6, 4.7, I don't know, it's very small, but yeah, you notice the difference. Anyway, without further ado, the head's dissipated slightly, but it's come out of a bottle, and it's not going to be a highly carbonated beer of any description. All natural ingredients. So, let's see what this has got to offer. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Now, that makes me laugh, because that does make me chuckle. Because I sort of created this beer in another video by mixing the Forged Irish Stout with Brewdog's Black Heart. That, now, oh God, it does make me laugh. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like, is it Colin? Oh, I don't even know his name. Is it Colin McGregor? Is it? I don't know. I want you to brew me a stout. We're going to take over. We're going to take over. We're not going to take part. We're going to take over. And it's almost like the Porterhouse have gone, actually, no. We've already got a stout that's quite close to Guinness. So we're not going to, no way are we going to compromise that. We'll brew you a beer. And it's been brewed since, I think they've brewed it since 2020, the Forged Irish Stout. No, we're going to brew you a beer that's it's creamy. It's going to be creamy. It's going to be, it's going to look like Guinness. It's going to have a nice big head. It's going to be a NitroSurge can. It's going to be everything that Guinness is. But there's no way we're going to actually make it taste like Guinness. Whereas this is closer to Guinness than that Forged Irish Stout. Absolutely banging. I love it.
So, just up at the house editing the video, and it's occurred to me when I'm sort of laughing and having a bit of a laugh that the Forged Irish Stout was brewed, I think, in 2024. Conor McGregor, I think I said Colin McGregor, but Conor McGregor. And then he bought the brewery in April this year, 2023, I believe. So I do truly believe that when they brewed it, they've got this really good stout. It's not nitro stout, but I do believe they probably didn't brew it quite as good. They didn't want to compromise their stout, did they? But anyway, just having a laugh, so I don't want to be sort of speculating or anything, but it's just a funny thing to think that I've discovered this really good stout they brew, and the Forged Irish Stout is not quite as flavoursome. Anyway, back to the Spencer Arms.
Love it. Well done, Porterhouse Brew Co. for for me, jumping on a marketable thing, and but not quite doing it as good as this, because that is better than the Forged Irish Stout, in my opinion. Oh God, I've got to remember. Sorry, I've got to remember. I've got a mic on. And also as well, you can probably just see there's a little, it looks like there's a little tab there. I was speaking to Jimbo at Airline Audio and said, I love the mic, but I don't like the big blue light that it emits. So he just said, well, why don't you put a bit of tape over it? And I thought, yeah. So I put the tape over it, but you can still see the light. So I've got a little bit of blue tack that's over it. And I know it's still connected because I can see it there. And but yeah, it just stops that light shining in your face. And also the other thing I've done, I've took my screen protector off my phone because that was so cracked and so dirty. It was giving all these weird and wonderful, like funny lights, which is funny because it worked well with the Halloween. Anyway, back to the beer. Hashtag Speno waffle. I don't get that for no reason. Yes, so we've got this nice, very quite sweet and sort of earthy, really nice sweetness coming from there, although you don't taste that. And then you've got a really nice bitterness in that, a really nice coffee type of roastedness that's not astringent. Like it tastes similar to the it tastes similar to what Brewdog give you in their Black Heart, but nowhere near as stringent. This is sort of like a more of a quality roast. I'm sorry, I'm giggling, but I just think that I think these have just had I don't know whether they've had a bit of a laugh. Pop it in the comments if you think I'm being daft. But yeah, it's like the Forged Irish Stout is a milk stout, which is nice. But Guinness is not a milk stout. Guinness is like got a nice roastiness. It's got a bitterness about it. It's got a flavour in there. I'm still pretty convinced they've got some secret that they will never reveal. Excuse me, but that is apart from what flavours are coming through now. Apart from the creaminess of the nitro stout, that's cracking. I like that. Now there's lots of stouts out there that are absolutely unbelievable. The imperial stouts and strong imperial stouts, and imperial Russian stouts that were brewed because the Russians loved our high strength stouts, and so we brewed them for the Russians because they like a nice strong like drink, don't they? So they love that stout, and so that's where we get Imperial Russian Stout from, I believe. So this is where it carries on. Nice strong stouts brewed for the Russians, shipped over there. They loved it. I've lost my trail of thought now. But yeah, so we've got an amazing amount of stouts out there. There's stouts out there that are far more complex and far more sort of like not so much better, but just more wowing. But this is a 4.6% Irish stout. This is a good old traditional, real brilliantly brewed, naturally ingredients Irish stout. This has wowed me. This is giving me a big smile on my face because they know how to brew a beer that is cracking like Guinness. And yet when asked to brew a beer to compete with Guinness, they're like, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh no, let's make it milky. Oh, they'll never know. They'll all love it. As long as it's creamy, it'll be fine. That's what I'm getting. They know how to brew a beer to come close to Guinness. That is. Do you know what? I'm a Guinness. Well, not Guinness, but I feel like I'm quite. I know my Guinness. I really do feel that. But I have not actually had an original Guinness. And I get to feeling I need to have an original Guinness. I'd love to do this versus the original Guinness because the original Guinness is not going to be creamy. It's not going to be a nitro a nitrogen gas infused beer, it's not going to have a widget, it's not going to be nothing, it's going to be pure, just original. Whether or not they use the same ingredients, I don't know. I'm sure they do. But it's going to be a bit more like this. It's going to be a bit more, the mouthfeel's good on this. It's got a very nice mouth. There's a sweetness about this, which is helping the bitterness. It's got a really great roasty bitterness about this that then just gets really balanced out with the sweetness. And that's why I enjoyed, if you watch my other video where I mix the forged Irish Stout and the Brewdog. The Brewdog is really black eye, it's really astringent, it's really in your face bitterness. It's quite, in my opinion, it's quite terrible with its bitterness. Where the forged Irish Stout is very sweet and milky and nice, and mix the two together and you get sort of this. You get a lovely, nice, bitter hit from this. And then you get a lovely, nice sort of honey type sweetness that comes with it. And when I say a honey type sweetness, it's because I don't like sweet, unnaturally sweet beers. And what I can get from there, it's like, and especially with having this bloody cough, I always like to have a spoonful. If I've got a tickly cough, I don't go for like a shot of whiskey or brandy or anything like that. I always go for a spoon honey or honey and lemon drink, something like that. So it's almost reminding me when I drink this, I get the roastedness, I get the bitterness, but then it's almost like I've had a spoonful of honey. Not over the top, but I can really, and now I'm saying honey, I can really taste it. I'm just thinking proper good quality honey. But like it says, don't add extras, no additives, no enhancing chemicals, simple ingredients. So I'm guessing, well, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where that honeyness is coming from. And I'm sure when I read into this, I will find out. But that is definitely got a lovely little honey sweetness balancing out that bitter. Christ, I'm impressed with this beer. I am impressed with this beer. Oh my God. That is a bloody good Irish Stout, that is. I think you can tell by my face, I'm quite excited. I'm loving this. I'm starting to get a little bit on that. Guinness for me is a 10 out of 10. I don't think I've actually reviewed Guinness because I don't need to. Because anybody that watches me and watches this channel knows that I love Guinness. Now, Guinness to me is like that. The amount of amazing cars that are out there. You know, so how can I put this? So me and Janie have got a car, and then I've got my car that I bought back in 2019, right? And they're worlds apart. I can drive our car. Well, they're both our cars, but you know, I can drive our car. I love it. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's got all the mod cons, you know, and all that. You listen to them, blah 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 blah. But then I jump back in my 2007 Mondeo, and I freaking love it. I love him. I love it. He's my mate. He's just passed his MOT. We just changed the wipers. You know, I'm throwing bricks in him. I took my conservatory down the other week, and I chucked all that in the back of him and took him to the tip. He's like my mate, you know. And when it comes to Guinness, Guinness is just like that. Yes, it's the one, isn't it? It's like Imperial Stouts, whatever, but it's just like a good old, proper, good, traditional, roasty Irish Stout. And I tell you what, so is this. So is this. I laughed a lot doing this review, and I'm still laughing inside because you can try your best to take over from Guinness, and it's just never going to happen. I don't think there's anybody, any brewery in the world that's ever going to produce a pint of Guinness. And the Porterhouse Brewery Co. or the Porterhouse Brew Co. brewed forged stout for a takeover to take over. And yes, it's doing great. Largely down to a massive marketing campaign, I must say. I don't want to talk out of turn, but it's sort of like, Brewdog had a big marketing campaign. But when all that hype's gone, when all that's over, when it's all done and it's all finished, they'll still be making this. And this is a bloody good Irish stout. And I'm 20 minutes into this video and I'm still waffling. So let's have a little read on the back. I've warmed this up in my hand. This started off, this stout has been in the pub shed, in the cabin as we call it, at cabin temperature, which has been around about 12 degrees. Perfect for me for this, perfect. I've enjoyed every single sip of that. It is, and the thing is, it's, if they said we brought out this stout and we're competing against Guinness, like this stout wasn't done in 1759, this isn't here to take part, here to take over, and I was putting this up against Guinness, I would drink this now and I would say that is just a sweeter version of Guinness. It's like Guinness with a little bit of a spoonful of honey, to make the medicine go down. And you know what? I've got to find out where I got this from because I want to get a stock of this. I could drink this all night, and that's what the Guinnessers say about Guinness. If you have a decent pint of Guinness, you could drink it all night. And I've been to a few. I went out last Friday and the Saturday, and I spent a lot of time drinking Guinness because I know I can drink it all night and still talk to people. Whereas if I start getting on the 8% craft beers, like, after 3 or 4 of them, yeah, I just don't know what I'm saying. But I want to say, like, seriously, I want to get more of these. And I want to, I want to AB it against the Guinness. I really do. Because that's a competitor against Guinness. But these are not competing. I like that. It's, it's like 2 snooker players that play together, and they're both good at what they do, but they've got different techniques. So, I'd say Guinness and these are, they're both great at what they do, but they're not these are not trying to be these. They're just doing this and that's it. Right, I've really, really waffled on about this because I'm pleased that I found this. I'm pleased that I had this. I must have just picked it up from somewhere because I like stout. And everybody is leading towards reviewing stouts at the minute. But I've got to say, yep, I like that as much as I like Guinness. I like that just as much as I like Guinness. It's different. It's got all the roastiness that Guinness has got. I can't really get any real chocolatey taste. Like I can get a little bit of chocolate taste with Guinness when it's at the right temperature. But what I'm getting with that is a bit of honey taste, a bit of sweetness, which I like. It's almost like that gives you quite a bit more bitterness, but then it's quickly balanced by the sweetness, and I like that. So would I choose this over Guinness? No. Would I choose Guinness over this? No. What if I had this and Guinness? I'd probably have a Guinness, then I'd have this, then I'd have a Guinness, then I'd have this, because I think that's a 10 out of 10. That's a Speno 10 out of 10 Irish stout from Porterhouse Brew Co. There you go. I've said it. That's a bang. I love that. I love that. I'm going to smile for the camera so I can get a really good shot of this. That is That's great. That's great. Find out where I've got to find out where it is. I've got to find out where I got that from. So I want to go buy a case of it. That is absolutely lovely. I love that. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Please, 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 please subscribe. I really want to get to 250 now. Yeah, and just live, laugh, love. Take care of yourself. Keep smiling. I know, like the mornings are dark. It gets dark early and everything else. But yeah, just I'm one to talk. I'm good at giving the advice. I'm not so good at taking it. But yeah, we all just keep smiling. We all keep supporting each other and just keep having a laugh. And that life's good, isn't it? It's good, isn't it? So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I shall see you on the next one.